Who created you?
My mother. She gave birth to me.
No, Adupa, you didn't get my question very well. Who created you?
I believe through science, human beings were born, not created. And if human beings were created in the first place, I never got to see God as my father or God as my mother. The only person who cared for me is my mother. She buys my clothes, she buys my food, she pays my fees, she does everything. God doesn't do anything for me.
Alright, ebusuafo me ma mo nyina akwaba me gidi se mo nyina mo ho ye. Ye nua pani ye papa Borga bi edinsa bi atodwa concerning Mzbel ene ne ba ensensem wa trend on social media na se ekoso yi. Nti no ye ni kan ye ntie no na sevia se nya mo nyina mo nim no. Ma kire madwen. Listen.
Me my Ghana, or my Ghana Christopher. Muntie asma me kachire mu. Ewi asim so obi dada. No nim se wani ma ho so a. Debi ohu a obu oji bifo nim se wadwen adwuma. Sana kwasi broni ni Arab abrofo no mu hu ye before. Isa se omu kwakwa na sinya mesom eni Bible no Quran na on betu share na nanu so ane na nanu prosom kunkum ye na nanu obre titi ye nkwala na ye nuanum kwala sa atam na obre say adwe na enya bepem say no omu say da so di akiri eni mu nsem na ada say heaven ogweti dan kwanya ko ba me ani agi enti omu yi adwe fi ajapade anya so mu wi ade kom krokro krom yi no omu say da so di akiri enti ya adwe na enya djuma ye ni minyansa so I just say if so be that no say small catch on when he must not date ya, so what do you do? Enti, see a hubato ya, tis a bubu so done to go, Masala Chino, it is Babu Koreanimu, near ye Zanya Kuponi, Mecca Aladdin, free a trim. I say what I said. Yes, you know Muhammad Din near that shit, and my home to him. Yet, Din, yes, I no make a share the money before. That's as I say, a dick. Konto yade nokura esiom bi ne konto pafro ya dwinti no edin a yade na ye na nanu chi om konkwasun ohima Queen Elizabeth Suma John Hawkins dini a slave ship ayatwa Jesus of Lumberg edi yesu di bada de na nanu konkwasun no yada so kuramu yada so di ekire afekwa de aboa ye mutintan ene kura de yawukura ne yade yabatu Queen Elizabeth no kamizumi yesi samapani ya tuna badin so wede samabani ya tuna badin sasi ya konson atu ya dwi eba ni selo nyame ya de na fa ya kwa kunku ya nanam ya da so di nachi mochi o mani mu ya do ma ya hyam se firi kwa me kwa bra so am se kwa me kuma so kan kan nyame o de ya dwi ni nyansa bebu man ya opiti dwuma de gu ho no si en firi so de ne yenko nyu de ye firi so de me ko gu factory mu no mo se mo mpe and I'm the factory now that so that and I'm going to say nwan nwabuo in the Bible Musa dan ayi body when I'm worried. You took come kwadi o man share Christopher sa o man pani be bia ayi Christoni why Christoni akremoni ma hu na man na wi ya ti ho ya ji busika mu ko bread samoni mfifire ya bia adwuma mu ko bread mu sam fifire na mo tuatuatro emu 11 na sefo bet ya gemo ya sadi mu dia ko bo besiase ya be mputuju ma ya fa ma ya mam ya di besia so da makwa na se yankopon cathedral anya yie amra mutu yie ase ya besia so da so na brada ne atinko hwiti aho na Yesu ni papa yankopon ombeni emo hamu muntimi kan ho na mutu o se nwan na mo hwe afekwa bo sa boji o so mo sa amna biem meboa na esukonu mama Mzbel akola we Kenya sasam chem se nya kupon de be fa nananam kuwa no kunkum nananam ne ade no o tibi muwa no kwasi bro se fa no tun so ye tibi muwa no mu mu ya mati ko kum na boa kwasi bro se mo fa mu tuni pa sa fa tun nyame so mo de tun so mo de mo hu tun nya kupon so be si sen mo hu chiri mo ye nipa de boa mo enye nipa de boa na kwa se ne mama na hwe na oboa bro nya be ya musumu be di Yesu amani hu Yesu no ono ba biska so fani bronya wo ba fro nipa da se ni se misika nkoto bronya ne ma ye be di mutiri so pampa so Yesu awoda Hey, after almost a Ghana, young baby, young baby. Say nipa wari muti oma ma bed on my nipa ma dia to so mu yenwan having tin pedes no what to mama atwe se mu yenwan na egu o man mu adwini nyanse e fe mobra sanse mu na mo ho e no be hu ahefo kura na ya ji kristo suma tum na muti asase a ye na nam de moja aju to man na se mu se asase no moja mani nyun na se mu yesu moja na ya de be fam nkwal mani jun dia mo kwa chen isa ho na yesu moja nhwe gu yo na se isa asubio ha mo ko tira ho no why na mo fa Ghana ne ma abusum man en kwasa se mo fa de man na mo tu ko tira cover go go ta ho ne mo jan hwegu ye mo jan na de ayam nkoa no ayam yam se mai ayam se ya jifa hunde wan kristo sumti ya da suti nkoa sum kremo sumti ya da suti kwa sum yesu din mi se na enome de ma before say aye din yesu ne de da ko nkoa sum si yanyi yesu din na free abra bom ani etirimu ya ho to eda kakra meka kire mo no mutu yesu ntwen na mmadwenya aduma munya asoko na musu enyansa ne ho beto yen.
All right. And some way na ya kan na so ebesi na dodo na entiase. Hwe religion enye nyamesomo. Muntiase sa in the first place no monica muntiase say religion has got nothing to do with the worship of the almighty Oboade be creator be the king of the universe or whatever. Religion has got nothing to do with that. For example, Yamfa and Semua Mzbel by the two day, or say he doesn't believe in God because Ojidi said ni mame, ni father, or mua ni gods. Akwadei e kansa asemi Ghana for ntiase. Ghana for munaya kuturukum ye bofu e domia kwadei di na temni ade. Now so he said God. He wasn't specific. Montiasie. The boy or the young boy just said God. God also there, and I said God so there. There are so many gods. There are so many gods. We have the Hindu God, we have the Christian God, we have the Muslim God, we have the Jewish God. We have so many types of every culture every tribe they have their own God. Every religion they have their own God. So the young boy just said, I don't believe in God. He never made mention of any God. While more the Christian God would be, while more the Muslim God would be, while more the Buddhist God, the Jewish God, the one why God, while more be idea now, so a Christopher fire. Eneja ya domi abofredi na temu kan sebi ensim hunu eche ni maame idi ni maame atem ena akwada no wantete ni ye na hwa he muntie God ade bia ye kan me say eye concept o de bia me kasa me say muntie ye ba wiase ye nim kwan a ewiase fa so a eba ye science ababontia kanede ba even me personally crampo no I don't believe in what science is saying because it doesn't make sense to me. Yebe wiase obia hu anase nim ekwan a wiase fa so a eba ye. What you see how the trees and how the animals, how the oceans, how these things came to play. We have no idea. And you know, I say in every culture because of limited knowledge we were kind of forced to believe say and yes there has to be some supernatural being be in our own image. Say nyame bi a otise nipa owo eti owo aso wa no won sa won nan ni ade se nipa da se nipa pepe na sa nyame no de owu oye immortal because na ye pese ye personify sa nyankopon no mane look se ono de oye greater than nipa o ti ase pa na sa nyame no na obo wiase obo ensu obo asase bo nria bo nipa bo bibia we wanted say na ye gidi ye say there has to be some supernatural being be or more powerful than us. Now sa supernatural being no on say we created that God no in our own image. Indiana okan Bible no say in the beginning God created human beings in his own image. There be rather in the beginning no human beings created God in their own image. Enuntina amo share the Hindu God omo draw na or say India ni o share the Christian God on so they picture him to be a white man with white hair and whatever, because some God was created by the Romans. Abrofo. And I will share yanso ye dianso and oko to the various shrines in here. We share your gods so na na empempi almost saying. In every culture, every race biano created that imaginary God in their own image. Now understand the fact is saying the power of imagination the same way. Just imagine say if the lions, the buffaloes, the gazelles, the antelopes, the monkeys had also the power of imagination to also imagine their creator. They would have imagined their creator to be in their own image. For example, the monkeys would have created God looking like a monkey. The gazelles, the buffaloes, the lions would have imagined their own God being a lion, being a gazelle, being a buffalo, being a crocodile, being a jaguar, being what. The same thing. Na ni nyano imagination ushemua. Anka sabio boni bien hyede ni ho saa. Say ye nim ba bia wiase firi a ba ye na say o gie di say sabio nyame bia wote se wo na ebo wiase a nobody really no odwe ho kwa kire anka sabio boni bia ni ho na so boni ni nie boni ni say yen Africa fo no na ye gi ye nyame di dada na asande fo gi otwedi ampokwa amedi na ye nuanom angonafo nso gi mawudi oba enkran so amose atanya no mo no mo ginidi ni ade, and they saw that God in their own image. You see, near SCN say if you imagine or see your God in your own image, a boost with self-esteem. A man who say we nipa because we sa nyankopon na body because your image sa nyankopon the image a total reflection of your own image. Now so somewhat in Africa na say yetina ha ma brofo to kwan be fa ye se nko abo ye kunkum ye ni ade de omunyame ehye yensa kire se omunyame na yensom no ofri Israel oye broni na so bonsam na abribia ye mompa ye ntia no de se ye draw ni color se ono de oye ko black ko bibini eno damage your self esteem ma ye looking down on ourselves. I don't think I will share the black race if we are saying now black people we are sorry to say we are the underdogs. Mamin kanisa because we call we are the lesser people. Even in our own nations, we are the lesser people because and for example, so Ghana still land you see enya fa hudi this still no ya brofo na e control Ghana bibia ni IMF ne di America and America fuei and Britain fuei mumra meboa ye o mo ye wuo and adien yo because say you are brainwashing you to believe we say yeah we are nothing. Say you some Ghana nyame we are nothing. You wu asebi ye behye. You some Togo nyame, you some Africa nyame ye wu ye behye, but rather you some oman bi so nyankopon. You some Israel nyame. Sa Israel nyame no so ye imagine ye draw ni se broni ye so no sebi yo ye nya abrofo. Na ebom say ye penti bonsam na ya penti bonsam in our own image. I was say and no child say and no you have been brainwashed. And you are brainwashed and they say the moment you are brainwashed you are disconnected from reality. Because a dime for example, a dime when a foundation. So who to a dime say you see dime ye. Now say who to a dime free na sa so. And the a dime could see baby in fitiasian yensi wa. A dino na ho den so te. Na so ye den ya enya na ho den se kane biem ne da. Saa na brainwash eye adwuma nti ye no ye to yase e de akosi abrofo abosonson foundation so. Eno nti no on say ya na binum kase han na sa abrofo no so no they believe in God o so no why are they progressing? Yes, because say omo the kind of ekwan a omo nam so a omo e de gi sa nyankopon na die no that is their culture. Ye brainwash omo obi ntu kwan emfa na die nkɔ hye omunsa what you say senka yenso ye gi yenso ye nyame adi atoa ensaguo no so aye sanya na kane na ye na by now believe you me say we would have been able to move forward. And those days crampo no na sebi you ye nyame na ye gi ni di no na ye nhye dan fa ye ho nto ni so bebre say bibia be nyame bibia ye nyame da bi ni aye ni say ye adwumaden na say ye adwumaden ni wi a ye gu nsa asre nature ye nyame ni say eja no ba ye ya ye dua ye onto ensupa engusuma yen enso no ba hure enso na ma we move but no broni de na ode be hye yensa no abre wo hye to believe we say menwe dachi menwe china ba kan ye de na ye dwen china wo kan ye de na ye kwafuo mu eja ye do e de aduane no bi gu baabi dachi 70 na so broni de na otu kwan ba Africa de bo de bre ye no ye emwa ma ye nwe dachi because Bible na kire say sebi o menwe dachi na dachi de God has taken care of it o say nyankopon Israel nyame no ensi dan na odansifo ni sinokwa ana say nyankopon anwe city na the watchman watches in vain enu nti wo hwe Ghana ye fro ka akra na ye de driver ni hye nyankopon sa na hwan ama ye mfesi reality enu na edi enya enu na emwa ma Africa entimi ntumpo nti no ye ka Bible ene religion ho asem a monti ase say religion any Bible ni Quran ni hwan no it has got nothing to do with the worship of any god muntie Mzbel bay ye di na tem edomino or said me say Christians are the most entitled people on earth ye ente Ghana ha na no ya agenasari eko water region nogboko edi omo atem e kan fon de kire omo ye ka kire ni say omra bonte kran patch or crowd say chinchi na om patch because ni ono kan ye no ofili say or you're right because Bible na man is right you know na nya Ghana a Christopher bi nso na yeta na chi a pastor can never come to your shrine why na let's see who is more powerful in the first place. How can a foreign god, let's say gods are there, let's say gods exist in the first place? No, mama Matias say human beings are the ones who created gods. Iti yen asantefo nyame na omu create yen esan say asantefo di gidie ehye sa nyankopon num na eya asantefo na ebo sa nyame ni nti e ma tumi bi ye adwuma o sa nyame num. The same thing applies to angunafo ne fantefo ne hwanwanfo nyina nanso ene sa nyankopon na ebinom abrofo bi eto kwan e de abre asantefo esan say enya asantefo na ebo sa nyame ni nti there's no connection. There's no foundation. Enutino se mo bom paye esu fresh anyame na oma onte mo nka because enyamo na mo bo no. Entino mo ana mo tai eye agin asari echi say a pastor, as a pastor he worships the most high, the almighty na he can never bow to smaller gods no. Oh frere wo de no smaller god. After Israel for the bigger god. Now ask yourself, say what dwe you say Israel nyame say sebi nyame bi oho. Na say what dwe you say a foreign god can defeat your own gods and no a sign and symptom for brainwash because any brainwasher how can you believe we say obi kromu nyankopon ebetimi ne wankasa ukromu nyankopon enyantokwa amasa obi kromu nyankopon no etimi defeat wankasa unyankopon we ya brainwash na we ni ade aye kan ho asem no on say last amekasa Mzbel ho nsemi ba na me react to Kevin Taylor and Samuel on also the two that concerning this same issue no. Maybe some more moti abrochire say when was the last time we utu kwan ba Ghana o call o maame naso o father naso e de empo flower e koto o maame naso o nye e de it because abrofo no aba Africa aba be dada o se o yesa e ya bosonsom e ya tantan de because ye na no ye na no sumabo sumahuro na ye de ono de ende eje na so ene mokwa abrochira aye ahwe abrofo no the way almost see minua almost cemetery abrofo no yobi a omota akọ cemetery pa omota the flowers any incense ni ade ko cemetery enti abrofo no krabo no so hwe omo ade honor the dead and they keep connection with the dead, connection with their ancestors. But yen Ghana ha no ya brainwashing yen Africa yen ahafo no black people no ya brainwashing yen to believe we say ye ancestors no evil. And mind you say your ancestors are your foundation. Your ancestors are your beginning. Enti no say obi brainwash for you to keep insulting your ancestors and keep looking down on your own culture, on your own way of worship. How do you progress? Because you need the guidance, the intelligence of your ancestors. Today, everything you see around you, shall say free and the airplanes are people discovered the concept so many years ago. Inti ene no say yen so nkai ye betimi etompon a yen ko back na yen hwe enioma na ye ancestors no eye na ye improve on those things. That is what we call innovation, creativity. Bene no ye di omo atem adomi wo omo na me na me domew e na akwaje busu bi besi fie ha e na eye wunti na me kɔ embassy bia na edi nan me e na nanu na me kɔ embassy yesi manim adane oba anim e na yesi wan hwan na ye domi wo mo kan mo asem. So insulting, cursing your ancestors is cursing yourself, because me say, "Hey, I want to so the way now we so ni way the way now we so far way and no one ye name one agene yasi adoria ye over almost 8 million people in the world, and I say impo 9 million people in the world. Hey, I want to so anti brony religion." The white man's religion, and I say, the white man's understanding, concept of a God has got nothing to do with you, a black man. We are Muslim, and we Arab culture, and the movement ube trubano. Just a minia, we change you di. Ye fro ya I say the minia, I was a fro Mustafa Muhammad, also dress it like an Arab, a Arab culture. Because every culture, they had an aspect of religion inside that culture. It, the moment you also become Christianized, you begin to adopt the European culture. We are so about suit, but tie any day use to cross on your nano, a European culture now also the way. Let's go back to who we used to be. Na make us young come back, just a young come back na Jimmy Semu and I woman nano, young Sabu Yen San Francois, David, young come back. Na young fat, ye knee yan and yansa woman, because you say culture is dynamic. It's young come back. Na yemfa ye ni ya na nyansa wo. Let us improve on them and sebi you let us redefine who we are. And every Washington ye no money meme na yesresra, because ye pese ye se broni e na ya broni e na akosia broni e na abna broni e ye brainwash. And ye wo a ne de ye manyina to abrofo e na Christopher e na Josephine e na Winifred e na George e na hwan ye dini de sebi na ya togo. Because Bruni Ababe Dada will say those are Christian names. Christian name now all can a European name, because Christianity no a European culture. This is common knowledge. Obika we ya oni unyami atemu me mo unyami di unyami ni baby ya. And I also need me baby because me no ye need track and be me be ni or ye Bruni. How can he create me? How can Bruni create a black man? So if there's any God who created a black man, that God should obviously be a black man, because according to you, that God created you in his own image. We become too emotional over God matters. I don't know the kind of friendship between the black man and God. The moment you make mention of God, then the black man becomes so sensitive. Oh, why are you insulting my God in the first place if your God is there? Who has asked you to fight for him? And who has asked you? You, this same person, you are crying on that same God to fight your battles for you. So if that God also get battles, you will not allow him to fight, then you change and trying and cranka. No judge will say you are fighting for that God. You can't fight for a God. If there is any God in the universe, you can't fight for that God. Allow that God to fight his own battles. Yeah, the end say, let us lay solid foundation for the future generation. INC hospitals, these schools, near a dear bit me a boy, my young son, your mind, and it young puntu etimi akonka. Very simple. I mean, you know, Bible, ni Quran, how high the Aminia, muy margin free, so a just divisive political tool to brainwash the masses. That's why we say religion is the opium of the masses. Let us begin to emancipate ourselves from the shackles of mental slavery. None but us can emancipate ourselves from the shackles of mental slavery. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The chairman, Freemind. I'll see you tomorrow live and Khaled. Medamu inamase, bye.
Yen ye preach catch him say Yesu bo. Yen ye preach catch him say Yesu ba. Yesu ba. Na so yen no. Yesisi dan. Ya to cars. abulokyerɛ ne yɛkɔ bi ba nanso yɛso Yesu ba anentina Yesu ba no yɛsɛ pri wiase nneɛma na wo na wodi yɛkyi no yɛnka no kora nso nkyerɛ wo